a really silly way of hiding the first screen. Wait for you to come on in. Wait for those of you to join me. Nice to have you. Thanks for coming in. Welcome. This is my actual daily assignment for the Perry Dudes group. I've actually got 3 more scopes to do. This is getting kind of crazy tonight. If you watched my scope earlier today, which was part of the Perry 10K Share-a-thon, I am part of also the Perry Dudes. And so I'm doing, hi Donna, nice to have you here. This is my assignment for the Perry Dudes, which is basically what is a man's responsibility on a date. To join the Perry Dudes group, first we're going to be a guy, which you are. Go to perrydudes.com, and that will that's a link that goes straight to the Facebook group. And then you join there, and then we'll get you signed up. Straightforward, very easy. I look forward to having you on the group. We want to expand this out because the Perry girls are our sisters, and they're at 10,000 women now, which is an amazing number to get to. So with Perry Dudes, thank you, Donna. Donna's one of the leaders in the Perry girls, so she's always supporting us, which I love. So some of the Perry girls are like our big sister, helping the Perry Dudes grow and get bigger in a way, which I love. So I'm grateful to have the Perry Dudes expanding. It's small, we're a small group right now. We're already up to 160, something like that. So we're getting bigger, slowly but surely, which is good. Hey Shelley, nice to have you join my scope. So the Perry Dudes there's 2 things today, by the way. Tuesday and Thursday, where Evie? Evie, you could save me, my love. If you haven't been in my scopes for a while, please make sure you're following me, because you might have missed them. And also please share this out on Twitter and on Periscope as well. Invite your followers, of course. Perry Dudes. Perry Dudes have 2 things going on a regular basis. Every day of the week, we have a daily assignment, which is what this scope's about. I'll get to that in a minute. The second thing we do is right now, Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, which is going to be later tonight and later on Thursday night, we do a Pass the Cast for the Perry Dudes group, which is going to be about 5 guys in a row doing 10-minute segments each. And I'm one of them. And I'm actually at a public place, hence the background noise, which is fine. So I'm just going to speak to my assignment because I want to get done before this meeting starts. That's why I'm in a meeting room. This is a meeting room. Yeah, it's a nice big meeting room. This is actually at the Verizon flagship store in Santa Monica. So we've got a Periscope 102 summit that a friend of mine is leading tonight. Deborah Darris, by the way, if you don't know who she is. So I'm helping out and going to be there. But anyway, I want to get to the assignment. That's why I'm here. The assignment tonight, which is for Perry Dudes. Thanks for being here and thanks for watching. And again, thanks for sharing out on Periscope and on Twitter. Oh, Evie, you know... Hey, Deborah. Deborah. I'm going to yell at her. You know Evie?
What?
Evie and the Perry girls?
I know the Perry girls and Love Trey.
And you know Evie?
Yeah.
She's just saying she loves you.
But she loves me?
Yeah.
Love me too. She's on right now?
She's watching my scope.
Hi, baby. Hi.
I'm on scope. You want to come say hi?
Nice to see you.
Sorry, there's Deborah right back there. Deborah, wave. No, she's kind of, it's a long meeting room. She's doing her own scope. Anyway, getting back on topic, this is Perry Dudes. This is Perry Dudes' daily assignment, which is, I've reworded it. I should say on a date, what is a man's responsibility? And I can so speak to this. There's not just one. But let me throw some things on the table for the ladies watching particularly, and for the men, if you're watching, please take this to heart. I mean this in the highest regard possible. First of all, well, let's put it this way. I've talked about this in Periscopes before with men and women being different, and particularly how men, we are singular focused. That's one of our gifts and one of our strengths and one of our weaknesses. So like, for example, ladies, when you come home and you watch your boyfriend or your husband watching the TV, you won't hear a word you're saying when you talk to him because he's single focused. That's a strength that we have and a weakness. So when I talk about going on dates, for men, first thing is show up. Now, I don't just mean arrive. I mean show up present, show up attentive, show up respectful, show up so you can see and be with your date. Whether it's your first date with a blind date or if it's your regular weekly date with your wife. Show up. And I mean that bluntly, clearly. I hope it gets to land for you. Because the thing is, our biggest gift to our feminine partners, to our women, is our presence. When you're jumping ahead of me. You're a fashion consultant. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to see that, Sandro. But this is my list. You do your own scope and talk about your list. But I agree with you, yes. But that's further down the list. You jumped the gun. Stop it. So first of all, show up. And what I mean is, for a man, is one of the things we bring to women that they love. Put the phone down. Exactly. Well, I'll get to that in a minute too. That's during the date. But showing up is part of it. But what I mean is that one of our strengths we have as men for women is our presence. Being present with a woman, being in our strength, being in our consciousness, can soften a woman's heart like nothing else. Trust me on this. So when we are present with our dates, first of all, our presence as a masculine man can really help. I'll wait till you finish talking back forward, it's fine, you know. Presence is oxygen. Beautifully put, thank you for that, I appreciate it. That's a nice way of saying it. But when we have our presence, for most women, they can let go of their masculine mask shell they've been wearing all day long and soften into their feminine. And for most women, that is the thing they yearn for, to know the man can be trusted enough for them to do that. So I'm noticing, by the way, that maybe it's the hat causing it. The lighting is going from yellow to white, and I think just the hat causing some interesting reflections, which is fine. Distracting myself, not even with your comments, I'm distracting myself. So those are the fundamentals I want to start with. There's a lot more to it as well, but those two alone, showing up and bringing your consciousness with you, your presence with you, will change the date, period. And yes, as Evie said, show us your fridge. You have a strange way of interacting in the scope, and there isn't one here. This is an office. It's a conference room. See, conference room, no fridge. All right. Thank you, I appreciate that. Amanda, thank you for that. I appreciate that feedback. Yeah, I am, because I have facial hair. No, don't tell me that way. But it's the thing. Yeah, I know trolls. They just amuse me sometimes. They're so ridiculous. I guess they can't tell the guys to show us your boobs because guys don't have them. Okay, sidebar. Stay on track. So as Evie said earlier about put down your phone, that's another thing. I highly recommend going on dates. This is true for men and women, so this is really for both, but I want to speak to the men most of the time. But definitely, if you're going on a date, your partner should be your primary focus. The food second if you're going on a dinner date. The movie third if you're going to see a movie. Each other should be a priority. Because you're not going to go to a movie to distract yourself from your partner. You want to be attracted by your partner from everything else. That makes sense? Especially if you have a romantic interest and you're looking for something more than you've had on your own. So put down the phone. And in fact, I recommend highly you both put your phones in, like, away somewhere, like separate from yourselves, and turn them on the vibrate or turn them off. So you can be fully present. That's key, being present. Well, make sure you pay. So you're jumping ahead to a different context, and I want to speak to that because that's the obvious one. And I'm going to be blunt, Sandro. That is an obvious thing to do. I want to speak to more subtle stuff that most men forget, don't know, or ignore. And that's why I want to speak to these core elements, because if you do that alone, frankly, if you show up properly with a partner, especially with a woman you're meeting, first time, second time, third date, whatever it is, and you'll bring your presence, she might decide to pay for you. I'm not saying that's the thing you should ask for. What I'm saying is that when a woman receives that, it's so rare for men to bring it. She will be so fulfilled and present and appreciate it and enjoy the date. Third thing, be aware that you and her are different. Don't try to impress her with anything, because the thing is, our differences make us unique. Men and women are different, obviously, in biologically and anatomically, but we're different in consciousness and presence, how we bring ourselves to each other. So don't try to match each other or compete with each other. It doesn't work. If you try and compete with your female date, your authenticity, exactly. Are you addressing dating or already in a committed relationship? Probably more dating in this case, but the thing is, some of the stuff does tie to committed relationships. My first two principles apply to long-term marriage or first-time date. Either way is fine. Thank you, Amanda, for sharing that. I appreciate that. And that is what's the key to go, is because, let me speak to that, Maxine. The first two things I said about showing up on the date and being in your presence, being in our presence, in our consciousness, and bringing presence to the date, whether it's your first date or your 15th anniversary, it changes your energy, it shifts you, it helps you relax into your feminine, because we are so caught up in the masculine, we're so caught up in life, and we forget. And women, you tend to be in the masculine in your lives if you're in the business world, because that's where you thrive in that way, and you compete with us in that way. So when we go on dates, our job, sometimes as a man, is to help you disengage that, not by telling you or forcing you, but by taking up the space you would normally reside in so you can let go of it. So when you are when you are in your masculine, the best way a man can help you soften is to occupy the space of his masculine so fully that you can go, I trust you. Because that's what it is, it's trust. When a woman can trust a man in his presence, in his masculine presence, she will honor you, men, by relaxing into a feminine. And to be honest, she'll get a lot sexier and more beautiful. These are keys. You want to write these down, take them with you. And again, first date or 15th anniversary, same thing. Because we as men forget. We're human, same as you are human, differently, of course. So the recognition is important to know. So for men and women, these are keys. There's more to it, yes. Payment stuff is another, that's a social condition, and I won't talk to that. I'm talking more to the energetics of what we're talking about. Another thing I highly recommend, and this is what was mentioned earlier briefly, is about being authentic, is respect. What was that? You got a stupid phone call. What was what? Dustin, I'm sure which one you're asking about. Or what was the piece which piece did you miss? Or tell me in a minute, we come up. Respect. When you have respect for whoever you're dating, first date, again, 50th anniversary, it's honoring. The last point, I was reiterating what I'd already said about presence and about bringing yourself to the experience, whether you are on your first date or your 50th anniversary, same thing applies. Presence and show up. And then as we spoke to about being authentic and having respect, that was mentioned earlier by some of the folks there too. No problem, thanks for asking. I'm glad I can remember what I said. So that is really the fundamentals. There's a lot more to it. I don't want to give you like, a little laundry list of 25 things. I want to give you just some fundamental pieces. So I want to give you something to think about, and I want to finish the scope quickly because I've got another scope to do, and then I'll be sharing. You want to say hi? Evie, you're on there somewhere?
Hi! We're spiritual counseling.
Yes, we are.
Brother and sister. Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
That's a
definitely
very
love to join.
dude.
Yeah, because this is the daily assignment about what men should bring to their dates. So
Dynamic, empowered, evolved.
that's Evie. So yeah, Debbie. By the way, Evie, just so you know, Deb and I both are licensed spiritual practitioners at Agape. We've known each other for years. It's so funny how this world is so small, so big at the same time. So I look forward when you come out here, Evie, and you come to Agape and check out this place that we both call home. Anyway, so wait. So on the last day I took her to the Supercross. Was that wrong? It depends. Bring also fun like Debbie, exactly. But again, see, Deb is light-hearted and playful because that's a feminine energy. We generally don't do that. We tend to be more grounded usually. Okay, Supercross question. If it's your first date and she's not a fan of Supercross, definitely the wrong choice. If she's an adventurous type and wants to explore new things, maybe okay. If she's a Supercross fan and you know that about her and you did some research and you took her there, then yes. So the answer to your question is not straight yes or no. So the Supercross question stands with some possible answers depending on the situation. If you're being facetious, it doesn't matter. The scope value is there. You can use Supercross as a tool if it works. She's never been. She's a driver, and I'm a dirty BMX rider. She loved it. Okay, good. Then that was an experience. You marry me to get Supercross. Well, if that other date doesn't work out, join in. Stay in touch with each other. Direct message each other over Twitter. Wow, romance is brewing on my Periscope broadcast. Who knew? So keeping it to she's a doctor. Wow, that's cool. Well, I'm glad. I hope you had fun, and Zana, you did. So enjoy yourselves and have a great time exploring romance relationship with each other. And Dustin, I don't think he'd be interested in taking you out on a date. He's got a doctor who's female to take out, which is pretty special. So that's cool. Anyway, getting back to the topic, brings the love doctor. Doesn't sound like Rasmus Hover is doing pretty good. So I say keep going. You're doing good stuff. So I want to leave it really at those points because there's a lot more points being shared, and this is part of my daily assignment for the Perry Dudes group. So there's a bunch of us doing this broadcast. I trust. I haven't seen if they have or not. A yearly checkup. I like it. That's cute. Yes. Devout follower. Oh, you are good. Okay. That is Boris. Yeah. So Boris, you're a dude. You can certainly come join us again. PerryDudes.com is the link that takes you to the Facebook group if you want to join us. Not everybody broadcasts, a bunch of us do. And again, in the Periscope, in the Perry Dudes group, we are expanding and inviting more men to join us because it's about respecting. Thank you, Donna, as always. I love you doing that. It's about respecting each other, honoring each other, and bringing gentlemanly conduct especially to younger generation, but also to other men as well. So you're welcome to join us. We have a new policy in place, by the way, just so you know, and it's public now because it's which Perry Girls and Perry Dudes. There are some folks on Periscope who are couples who have a joint Facebook account. We had a question come up, not an issue, a question about somebody joining our group who was a dual account, and we had this question came back to forward. Thank you for that. Awesome, Evie. Yes, the Periscope. I was getting to that, but you got me ahead. I like it. Yeah, so do I. I like the movement behind Perry Dudes as well. Yeah, 7:45 p.m. tonight. We're doing a Past the Cast. I'm on around 8:15, I think. I'm number 3 or 4 in the lineup. I'm not sure now. That's a good topic too, which I wrote down somewhere. I have to remember what it was. I'm sticking to this Periscope broadcast. So, you been checking, Weavy. You've been sneaking a look. What's the target group? Men. Peri Dudes basically is for men about men, supporting each other in brotherhood, to really to express and teach masculine and gentlemanly behavior, to be helpful. Evie is very on point. Absolutely, she is. She always is. Peri Girls or Peri Dudes does both. Oh, you have the business page notifications. Oh, aren't you special? I love it. So that's really what I'll speak to, is that we, as Peri Dudes, are about supporting other men being in the masculine, because I'm a passionate teacher about masculine and feminine energy in my own work in coaching and speaking. I do work with women primarily, but with men too. Some male principles are useful. This scope, I think the one tonight we're going to have the same sort of thematic, so we'll be talking about men's focus in the Peri Dudes, and especially for younger men who may not have learnt the skills that we've learnt over the generations. You know, I'm not 20 anymore. But we can bring our own mastery and our own learning to help them have a head start, which is a really nice gift we can pass along to the younger men in Peri Dudes group as well. So the broadcasts obviously are public. These are not private scopes, they're public scopes. But in the Peri Dudes group, it's going to be ideally more men who are leading, as well as those who want to find out more about how to be a more respectable, respectful, and authentic man. That probably sums it up. And we're taking a lot of pages out of the book of the Peri Girls group by having passed the class, daily assignments, stuff like that as well. And we love the Peri Girls because they support us too, which is awesome. And that's the reason why we're doing Pass the Class at 7:45 tonight, because that's after the Peri Girls finish theirs. See, we work things out together, which is awesome. So that's really my finish. Right, sorry, I'm just looking up your profile so I can see it. Okay, I'm not sure what your name was. That was an interesting title. Basically, go to peridudes.com, as Donna put up earlier, and that will take you straight to the Facebook group. The website isn't a site, it's just a link forwarding to the Facebook page, or Facebook group rather. You come join us there. All right? You're on the Facebook? Ooh, well, that's how we play. So if you want to come join us, because Periscope doesn't have, yeah, get one. It's not. It's you just get an account just to join us. You're right on the point there, aren't you? Periscope is a great resource, great tool, but doesn't have the infrastructure in place. There's no event planning, there's no groups, there's no communication, no messaging. Facebook supplies all that stuff for us, so we build all our groups on Facebook. The groups I'm in that do Periscope. Periscope is the tool we use, but Facebook is the toolbox that goes behind it, kind of, sort of. So if you don't have Periscope, if you don't have Facebook, it's hard for it to be in one of the groups that we do on Periscope. You can still do Periscope on your own with Twitter, but all the group stuff is done on Facebook. So, yeah, sorry, we can't work it any other way, so that's where you join us. So get a Facebook account and come join us. It doesn't cost you anything. Just may take half your life away when you keep spending your days on it. Okay, I'm signing off because I've got to do one more scope, my own regular daily love scope. Watch my early one, by the way. I did one as part of the Peri 10K share-a-thon. You can follow this Peri account as well, yes. You can follow me because I'm on Periscope all the time. I've done 300 Summit broadcasts, and I do Peri 10K as well as Peri Dudes and my own Periscope. You're welcome, Sandro. Broadcast as well. The one I did earlier about jealousy, sorry, about rejection, that was the one I did about today. It was awesome. So I recommend, if you're a Peri Dude, well, if you're a dude, you can be a Peri Dude. Doesn't take much. So Wicked Will. You're a guy? You can certainly come join us. So I'm on all the time. Thank you, Evie. Yes. Crack me up. Yes, peridudes.com is the site. Yeah, check that out too. It was good when it was. I mean, with a whole bunch of us, I led it off and started, and that was. I said stuff I didn't expect to say. It was great about the fear of rejection, how to handle it. It was awesome. So there you go. All right, come and join us, and I'll be back on again to do my own scope. Yeah, most of us are, and hopefully what I said in the scope will help you, Evie, with some lightening of that experience. All right, I'm gonna do my own scope in a minute because I've got a topic that came out about true love. True love is not blind, deaf, or dumb. Going to see that one come out. So yeah, so I'll be back on again with a regular scope. Thanks for joining me, for coming in now. Please watch the replay. I'm signing off because I've got another scope to do, and appreciate you being here. Yeah, so I'll be back on probably in about 30 seconds as soon as I load in the new title and just do another scope. So thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful to you, and share this up with your friends, both male and female, to learn tips about how to go on dates as a proper, healthy, effective man. All right? See ya.